The second hour of Fallout 4 and what to do. So, if you've just come off the first episode, we got a good base going on here at Sanctuary. Head over to the workshop, store any excess junk that you had from the end of that episode, and fire in the Fat Man, the minigun. We don't really need that. A good idea is to always sort your inventory. You can do it by damage and a couple of other things like value, or WT, my favorite, weight, meaning you can see what the heaviest item is. For example, the short barrel shotgun weighs 9. It's one of the heavier items in the game. We'll keep it, the sniper, pistols, and some melee items. Going over to our armor, the T45 doesn't really matter, it's damaged anyway, but we'll throw it in. Be careful of aid items, they can add up without you even noticing. Meat, for example, weighs 0.5, and if you kill enough animals and you've got enough meat, it can slowly start to eat away at your inventory, so do keep an eye on that. Ammo weighs nothing on non-survival, so with that, we're gonna get going. We're heading south now. There's a little farm that we want to go to. You see those electrical pylons? That is exactly where we want to go. Abernathy Farm is the destination. And get across the water here. I'll show you that sunken treasure later on. First things first, we gotta get going. Now, a lot of you remember that stash that we looked at right at the water tower. We're going to just walk past it and encounter, oh, some bloatflies. Deal with them however you want. You can use fists, and that's not too bad. Collect their meat. It'll be useful to cook that later on. Let's continue towards Abernathy Farm. Two things we want to do here. We want to speak to Blake. That is the dude who is standing right there. He'll give us a quest that we're going to do later on in the episode.
That's close enough, stranger. We're a peaceful farm.
It's okay, I'm
Just tell him you're friendly. He'll talk to you a wee bit about farming, and he'll tell you the tragedy of his daughter, who was killed by raiders not that long ago, and he'll ask you to retrieve her locket. Getting through all that,
You really?
the quest will then appear. Preston may also give you it, but I like to get it from Blake.
To get it back, it'd mean a lot to us.
Don't worry. I'll get that locket back for you.
Good.
Returning the favor, so it's at USAF Satellite Station Olivia. The other person, Connie here,
Well, if you've got anything worth
has a good inventory of food, and you can take as many of the potatoes as you want. I actually recommend you do, because you'll be able to plant them all at Sanctuary later on. Now, Lucy is quite interesting because you can actually give her melons, which you can harvest at the back here. She gives 3 caps each, or 5 if you pass a easy charisma check. Plus, if you harvest these, you can plant them at Sanctuary, and she'll give you a constant supply of caps. Remember, though, she doesn't do that after you claim the settlement. Head over to this little trailer, you get some bobby pins, and inside is a first aid kit, a little cooler, a toolbox that normally contains chems and other items, ammo, as well as a mattress if you are playing survival mode. Now, keep heading down this way, following the pylons. You'll eventually come across this right here. It's a little duffel bag, ammunition, and a toolbox. There's also some hub flour in the area. I want you to collect a couple of them, and then head a little ways north, kind of backtracking towards Sanctuary. Alright, and take a little route to the right here, and you'll find this over here. The reason is because we need this bottle of whiskey. That'll come handy later on. You also get some moonshine, Bobov's, the Bob Rob's Brothers Best Moonshine, and some more hub flour. Now, the reason you want the whiskey, the hub flour, and hopefully you'll have collected some mentats at this point, is that will make great mentats, which will give you +5 to your charisma. Extremely handy, and what is going to come up here. Take out a few more boat flies. Again, just use your fists if you're playing on an easy enough difficulty. Don't need to waste the ammo. Maybe practice your shooting on them. They're one of the more difficult animals in the game to target.
Yes.
Wasteland Survival Guide, you'll permanently take 5% less from melee attacks. You mightn't think it's all that useful, but trust me, given that a lot of enemies coming up in the first few missions do run up due to attack, it is certainly worthwhile. Also, if you want, you can also pick up this laundered green dress. It gives you +2 to charisma if you're happy enough to equip it. And then out the back is a chemistry station. Just as we said, we now have a whiskey, bottle of whiskey, mentats, hub flower, 5 charisma and 10% better prices. That'll be so useful very, very soon. There's a little campfire if you have anything you want to cook up before heading on to my favourite location in the beginning of the game. Wicked Shipping has everything you need. A couple of enemies to kill. Lots of pre-war money. Little terminal you can hack to get a wee friend. Steamer trunk. Skill book. Everything. Now, I will actually equip a pistol for this. In fact, no. We will use the shotgun. Let them get, you know, up and close to you. Maybe not too many hits. If you don't want to deal with the ghouls yourself, just go over to this little terminal here and hit the unlock. Sometimes, if I'm being really lazy, I just select the first 3. Head out if I don't get it. Go back in, you get 4 tries again. And I just press that.
Protectron on.
Again, it's a lazy way to do it. It works most of the time.
Union violation detected.
So, we want to get into this trailer. It's an expert locked door, but don't worry. I know where the key is. It's right in here. You want to grab the shipping key, Grognard the Barbarian, and if you go onto the shipping terminal and you go to cargo manifests and you open these, it will actually update the map on locations to the other trailers. Now, they're much further away. One's actually nearby. We'll be looking at it very soon. The other 2 are, you won't see them, just sort of mid to late game in that area. There's one at the Corvega, towards the Corvega assembly plant. And then one near Mass Fusion. Again, it updates locations in the map. Not exactly where the trailer is, but close enough. There's so much junk. So much scattered around here. So I recommend you pick up absolutely everything that you can find. You get adhesive. You get lots of oil from the gas canisters. Coffee pots. You can tinker with your armor if you want. There is so much around the shelves here. So grab everything that you can. Now, when you go this way, a ghoul will appear from there. Now, he will be a higher level ghoul than most. If you're getting overwhelmed, lure him out and the utility Protectron will basically 2-hit him. It's rather impressive. Now, when you're upstairs, more ammo over here. Gas canisters. It's so good. If you pick all this up and even fast travel back to Sanctuary, drop all the junk, you'll have so much for tinkering with your weapons later on. This duffel bag is a load of pre-war money, and pre-war money weighs nothing and is worth a ton. Now, let's sprint on over to this. Now that we have the key, we can open it, giving us access to wooden crate full of stuff. And at the back, a steamer trunk, lots of ammo, explosives, weapons. Take it all because we'll be able to trade it in the not so distant future. Alright, let's keep on running down here. Some bloatflies will be kind of chilling over there. Kill them if you want, avoid them if you don't. It's up to you. This little unmarked shack. There's a little cooler. Lots of cigarettes. Cigarettes are a very lightweight item that are worth a good bit. Another bottle of whiskey. If you missed one previously and you want to make more great mentats, remember you just need mentats and whiskey and hub flower. We've already collected a lot of both. Shotguns, semi okay at taking out bloatflies. Up to the right here is a campfire site. It is a random encounter location. Anything can spawn here. And I mean anything. In my case, it appears to be some mongrels, albeit very injured. Now, one's an alpha. Thing about alpha mongrels, they are extremely deadly at any level that isn't like easy or normal mode. So that was rather unlucky. Hopefully you get something a little nicer. Normally there's a doctor. There can be super mutants, Yaogwai. It can be deadly to very nice. It all depends. Grab absolutely everything because we are about to encounter a trader and we'll be able to offload a lot of this junk. Alright, we'll head down this way. In your first hour, I don't necessarily recommend this upcoming location for the reason being there's a lot of feral ghouls, and for new players, feral ghouls can overwhelm you very easily and they can get off a double attack, which can be pretty devastating. Not that you're going to worry because you're going to run into a load of bloatflies. Again, damage, not a lot, but they are really annoying and they do give you some rads. And on survival, diseases. Okay, so just so you know where we are on the map at the moment, we've been to Abernathy Farm, the Ranger Cabin, and the Wicked Shipping Fleet lockup. So we're heading in this direction to the Drumlin Diner, near where we met Trash Can Carla in the first episode. Now, the cabin is over there. That's the Gorski cabin. It's got a lot of useful junk and a sort of mini boss at the end in Wayne Gorski himself. I don't recommend going to it unless you're experienced. If you're okay taking down a few ghouls, save the game, and then try, you'll get a good bit of XP off killing the ghouls. But again, it's trying to weigh up how much damage you might take, and if you're a new player, it just mightn't be worth it. But what is worth it is just walking down the road here. You'll see that billboard that we met Carla. Take a little way into the left, and if you're at nighttime, this will be so easy to see. It's a little campsite. Bourbon, Stimpaks, Jet, and Buffout. I believe this belongs to Wolfgang, whom we're about to meet here at the Drumlin Diner. Now, seeing as our charisma is currently sitting at 4. Once we pop these mentats, which you can pop at any time, but I'm going to pop the moonshine that we picked up. Alright, and then... Oh, the reason this is sorted differently is still by weight, just sorted by normal, and you'll find grape mentats here. And now you can see our charisma is at 10, meaning we'll near enough pass every charisma check.
Rudy. Hand over the goods.
Codsworth and certain companions will not like you taking chems or alcohol. Bear that in mind. It's very minor, but if you're using a lot of it is something to bear in mind.
Strung out. Now don't make me come in there and shoot up that little trading post of yours.
Whoa, whoa, easy there, Vault Boy. This doesn't involve you.
So the problem here is Wolfgang is owed money by Trudy's son. Trudy owns the Drumlin Diner and uses it as a trading post. Now this can be resolved in several ways. You can help Wolfgang kill Trudy, help Trudy kill Wolfgang, or peacefully resolve it by threatening Trudy or threatening Wolfgang. Now if you threaten Wolfgang to leave, yes, you'll get a lot of XP, but you'll lose access to a really good early game chems dealer. So the best way to resolve this is to just tell him that you're going to offer to help. Again, you can't tell him to lower the gun. He will attack you if this doesn't work.
You stop waving that gun in my face, or it's gonna involve me.
Okay, just take it easy.
But at 10 charisma, you can save and pretty much get away with that one.
Just don't do anything crazy.
No worries. Now, again, don't demand the money. You want to offer to help.
Looks like you got some trouble. I can help.
Help? What are you, some kind of hired gun?
I'll say talk to Trudy.
I'll talk to her. Maybe we can work this out.
Now, you could ask for money off Wolfgang there. That probably would have been a good call to do. More caps. So let's go over and talk to her.
Hello.
I saw you in that poison cellar talking.
So, you can threaten her, but just say, end this peacefully.
Look, you owe them money. If you just pay them, then this'll be over.
All right, I'll pay. You hear that, Wolfgang? You'll get your damn money, but I better not catch you selling chems to my boy again.
Fine by me, Trudy. Your son's broke as shit anyhow.
All right, crisis is over. If you're here to trade, step up to the counter.
So now you've got Trudy, who is a general goods trader. All round has ammo, a legendary weapon, and a few other things that we're going to see here. You won't be able to take anything. If you kill her, you can steal from here.
Again.
But honestly, it's better to have 2 traders more than anything else. And then Wolfgang will, for the rest of the game, just stand outside. Remember to speak to him to get your reward. So he'll give you caps, she'll give you caps. You can see from him, And you can see his is all aid, so stim packs, rataways, everything. All the chems you need, he is your go-to dude now. And then when you go back to Trudy,
I got a store to run here.
she's got this.
I'll take a look, sure.
A little bit of everything.
We're now level 6 after solving that because it is a quest. She has General Chaos's Revenge, which does 50% more damage against robots. It's a neat weapon, though it's very expensive, 1300. Running with 10 charisma, that's wild. So maybe it's something you might come back for later in the game if you're doing a melee run and you're leveling up big leagues and you want to do more damage against robots. Could be pretty good for the mechanists if you're doing a melee run. As for everything else, you want to find the suppressed pipe bolt action pistol. Now you might be wondering, why on earth do I want this? Well, see, the thing about mods in this game, like weapons mods at the bottom right, is you can take that suppressor off this pipe bolt action pistol and you can put it onto the sniper rifle that we found and conquered in the first episode. So buy it and I'll show you how to do that. Again, for example, this tactical calibrated 10mm, I'll also buy that so I can show you us taking the mods off and putting it onto our current 10mm. It's something that most people don't think to do, but by upgrading your weapons, you can get yourself a lot more damage. You can get like an extra bit of sneak with the suppressor, and lots of perks sort of fill into that later on in the game. But that's not us. We've got more to do. So you're heading towards that trailer that you can see right there. First, this trailer, because I nearly forgot about this one. Perfectly preserved pie can be found throughout the Commonwealth. It looks really cool. You need to have a high level of luck. It's crazy rare for you to be able to get one of these. Like, even if you had, like, you can get it buffed up to, say, 80, 90 luck in your special stats by stacking alcohol and all. Very late game things that you can do. But your chances are basically like 0.5 to 1% every time you do this at very low luck. Even at 10 luck, I think it's only like 1.5, 2%. So you're probably never going to get one, but it is a cool thing. I always press them when I pass by. This tends to have a Nuka-Cola Quantum more or less guaranteed, so grab that because, you know, you never really want to say no to some free stuff. And the reason we're heading down towards this trailer right here is it's the other wicked shipping. Now remember I said there's 4, 2 of them are much further away on the map. This one is ready to go. Look at all that. Now we didn't actually sell a lot of the stuff off to Trudy, which we should have done. But now since you're still running that +5 charisma, you can obviously pass by to her and sell off a lot of stuff. This house is another random encounter location. It's not marked on the map. In this case it's Clinton and Charlie, which means we can go in and raid everything that's in the house. Some first aid. And, oh, you can't raid their suitcase, though. They will get a little aggressive about that. They have a really sad story, and you can sit and listen to them talk to one another. Now, the reason we're heading over to the west, so again, continuing our little journey, we're south of the Drumlin Diner, and we're going to head west. We're going to Walden Pond, and then Sunshine Tidings Co-op, and all will be made clear very soon. Important note, there's a gunner outpost right there, so you're going to want to avoid them as best you can and kind of sneak around the side here. There may be someone sitting at this camp. It's usually not a hostile encounter, but it can be. Again, something to bear in mind. Hop across and you can meet the cat trader who deals in cat meat. It's a really, really strange encounter, but they'll always be there. That's not a random encounter. That is something that is more permanent. So this will involve a little bit of action, but it'll get you one of the best melee weapons in the early game called Big Jim. It's a monkey wrench that cripples your leg. And in this you can go quiet or you can go loud. In my case, I'm actually just going to pull my first weapon out. Where's my 10mm? My trusty 10mm. And
so this guy made sure he had everything he needed before he started his camping.
Again, drop a save before you do this, just in case. And then grab, you can grab everything off them if you've got the carry weight. Get the magazine. This will permanently give you better prices from a vendor.
Someone went through a great deal of trouble to fortify this place.
Then over here you can get yourself a hunting rifle, one of the first guaranteed places that you can find one. Again, lots of chems, bourbon, and tools sitting about that we can put away later on. Disarming these, sneak in, and you'll find these too. Careful of Molotov cocktails. Very deadly. You can die very easily. We'll pop some stims to heal ourselves back up. Codsworth's going to run in. They will eventually run out of Molotov cocktails.
They have no idea what they're up against, do
Personal.
they?
Is you or me?
Sometimes just running behind might be the best route. I normally get a good sneak up on them and use that hunting rifle to get a good headshot, and then you've only got one to deal with. So if you're not feeling confident enough for dealing with these enemies, again, saving is your best friend when you're going through the game. This is Big Jim. 20% chance to cripple a target's legs, so they're not going to be able to get very far away from you. It's a pretty good early game melee weapon you can make use of. Use that key to open this safe, getting you a lot of ammo. Again, it is a high risk, high reward place, but there's so much junk just lying around. Pick up absolutely everything before heading out this direction to the gift shop. The reason we didn't come in this way is because it's a master locked door, and you won't be picking that early on in the game. Let's have a quick look at our current levels that we can choose from. Now, a lot of people were saying to me that I wasn't pushing Idiot Savant. Now, Idiot Savant means that you have a random chance of gaining 3 times XP from an action, like completing a quest. That sounds amazing, and it triggers more the lower your intelligence, but the higher your intelligence, the more XP you earn in general. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword in that one, but what I will say is if it's your first time, you don't need to really focus on Idiot Savant. It's not vital. In later runs, maybe you might find it a better idea to pick it up. It is totally up to you. At this point, I would just be looking at my skills, thinking, right, well, my next level of Gunslinger is not available till level 7, which is our next one. And you can look around and see if you're Lone Wanderer and no companion, you can pick that up. For me at this point, I will either be picking up Armorer, which means I'll be able to get get pocketed mods for my armor, which means I'll be able to carry even more. Every pocketed mod for each armor piece gives you an extra 5 carry weight. So that is a potential. Alternatively, maybe I want to unlock advanced terminals, to which I'll take that. That's a pretty decent one as well. Or gun nut, if I really want to upgrade my 10mm and I didn't want to take any mods off other weapons. Again, a lot of these are just based on your playstyle. As you continue to play and continue to level up, you go, oh, I wouldn't mind that. And when you're hovering over, be sure to check the next rank of certain skills. Now, obviously, Gun Nut just provides extra ranks for gun mods. But if we go over to Mr. Sandman, silenced weapons do an additional 15% sneak attack. Remember, I said we're going to take that suppressor off that pipe pistol and put it onto the pipe rifle. Well, there you can get 15% extra sneak attack with that suppressor on. You can see how that can tie in. Eventually, it goes up to 50%. Combine that with something more late game like Ninja, where your sneak attacks can do 2.5 all the way up to 3.5 times normal damage. It gets crazy how much damage you can eventually deal. So we'll just take Hacker. It's no biggie. Again, you will be gaining a lot of levels, so don't worry. Overdue books are something that you can deposit in a book depository in maybe the public library and a few other locations scattered throughout the game to get tokens, which you can redeem for additional items. Now, watch out for that monkey there. He's going to trigger some explosives. You can actually see the explosives over there. Either disarm them yourselves before the monkey goes, which means that they won't go off. There's 3 bombs. You don't need to worry about them now. Okay, now start heading up to the west. Again, just pulling up the map so everyone's still sure where we went. So we went Sanctuary, Abernathy, Wicked Shipping, over to Drumlin Diner, back to Walden Pond, and then over here again. Now, I didn't take you on this route for any other reason than you're avoiding some potentially nasty encounters. Like, for example, I can see some super mutants are actually standing on top of the Walden Dam there, which, again, super mutants are not something you want to deal with early on, and they are very common for spawning on that bridge there. So that means we bypass them. Alternatively, you can swim. Considering we took Aquaboy, you could swim across the water. That's another one. So, Sunshine Tidings Co-op, a potential settlement, has Professor Feelsgoods, or Goodfields. He's running about, and you can use this terminal, and if you unlock it, you can turn him into an attack dog, essentially. Let me show you. Sometimes you just get the first thing, and it's great. Now, there's a little story on it, but Mr. Handy controls. We can choose his protocol. He's currently on the Just Be protocols. We don't want that. We want him to be on Guard protocol, which means he's going to follow us and help us clear out this right here. Now, in here's some ghouls, which, to be honest, you could just kill from the window. They will open the door, though. They're not stupid. They're not just going to let you get some free shots off at them. If you're quick enough, you can get them before they get up, though. Chems, Dead Settler with some items, and
Excellent.
the best magazine for survival players. Permanently collect 1 extra meat from animal kills. It's incredibly good. Radstags give 2 meat instead of 1. Radstag meat when cooked gives you plus 25 carry weight. Yaogwai gives a ton of bonuses. Deathclaw meat, every meat in the game. Remember I was talking about pocketed earlier? Well, this is something with a pocketed. It's actually a leather chest piece. We'll be taking that, and we can equip it. So you can see we're actually overweight. At the bottom left is 252 over 240. So we may have to drop something. But once I equip the leather chest piece, it actually goes up. So I only need to drop one thing. Now, let's look at it. This Radstag hide outfit I picked up off that settler there. Weighs 4. No good stats. You can't wear armor over it. It only is worth 13. Just drop it. Don't need to worry about it. Professor Feelsgood will be running about here. There is a few more ghouls that you'll want to take out. And here's a little rad roach. I don't know if I don't think he's actually part.
Nice.
I always kill him anyway. You just hit him. You can get a restored desk fan. Extremely
Mr. Thomas,
rare.
This silence is a bit unsettling, wouldn't you say?
Now, when I say rare, I don't mean it's just a rare item. You don't see many restored desk fans. Again, crouch down. You'll get better recoil, easier aim. Always grab oven mitts. Really, really good. And once you've done all that, you should be able to unlock the settlement. There you go. Now you can use it. You mightn't have many supplies here, but if you don't want to fast travel away, if you're doing survival or something, I recommend you actually store your junk here. When you eventually set up supply lines between your settlements, it'll link up their workshops and you won't need to worry too much. So if I, for example, wanted to dump everything there are 45 carry weight I just put in. Now, I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to take... Oh, if you take all, it may take some additional stuff from the workshop. So we're actually just 1 over our carry weight. We'll drop the long johns. That'll allow us to fast travel now at this point. Well, there's one last thing that I would like you to look at when you're in this area. See those grain silos? Well, I presume they're grain silos. You can go behind them and you'll find a little camp. Now, it can spawn a legendary rad roach, which could be one of the first legendaries that you encounter in the game. Not guaranteed, but come on over and... Again, it's luck of the draw. Occasionally, there is a legendary rad roach. I didn't get lucky on this, so it happens. Wouldn't worry too much about it. Now, let's head back to Sanctuary briefly. And once we're here, empty the inventory. Now, let's have a little look-see here. I'm going to put Big Jim back in because I'm not going to use him. I'm not doing a melee run for the purposes of this video. And then I did say I was going to edit them weapons. So, let's go over to the weapons workbench. From here, I want you to go down to the silenced one, the suppressed, and just hit no muzzle. Make no muzzle. That just takes the muzzle off. Codsworth loves it when you tinker with stuff, so I'll get his affinity up a little faster. And then go over to the bolt. Yeah, down to the bolt action sniper rifle. If you go down here, you can stick the suppressor on for free, getting you... I would say the earliest suppressed weapon that you can get in the game is suppressed sniper rifle for sure. You can put it on to any pipe rifle, but there you go. We'll be making use of this later on. Sometimes giving it a name will make it easier to see in a game, so you could just put in suppressed. If I can even spell. Like Silent Night or something. Whatever name you want. Just so it's a little more identifiable in your inventory. As for that 10mm, remember we picked up that other 10mm that had a lot on it. This tactical calibrated one. Well, to be honest, we don't even need to worry about taking things off, but just say you did, it would require you crafting a standard receiver in order to get the calibrated receiver off it. Alternatively, just use that instead. And remove this 10mm. Now, it is hotkeyed, so all you have to do to fix that is go over to the 10mm, go to favorite, and go over and just do that, and it'll take it off. So you override it, essentially. Then go down to this tactical one, and we can put it in here. And Silent Night, we'll put it over. So now we've got access to our arsenal of weapons. There you go, makes a wee silent sound. Very nice. So we'll sleep and continue this in the morning. And the other thing I'll do is just get rid of every weapon that I don't need. Again, I love stockpiling weapons. That's my kind of play style. It is up to you if you want to do it. Or just sell as you go along. Some people aren't as big a loot goblin as me. But I like doing it and hoarding till I get scrapper. And then I can scrap all these weapons and get so many materials for my my settlement that I really don't know what to do with at a certain point. I did mention putting pocketed stuff onto those. I suppose I could show you here right now. It is definitely worth doing. So go over back to the weapons, the armor, and go down to miscellaneous, which is the second one. Pocketed. Pocketed requires adhesive, cloth, and leather, and each of these will give you 5 extra carry weight. Again, you can do a lighter build if you want, or you do that, but it makes it a little heavier, but gives you 5 extra carry weight per one that you do this to. I love looting stuff, so, you know, that's the way I would like to do it. As for the top mod, you can increase the resistance all the way down to doing like studded leather. Eventually leather kind of drops off and you'll have to swap on to something like synth armor or combat armor. But for early all the way to late, the mid game, leather armor is amazing. You could eventually just complete the whole game with leather armor. There's nothing really stopping you doing that. But yeah, let's go for a sleep. Daytime once again. And I did promise you sunken treasure, so we're going to go and get that sunken treasure. It's the whole reason we picked up Aquaboy after all. And after that we can go and rescue Blake Abernathy. Returning the favour, we'll stick it on so you can see the satellite stations just over there, east of the robotics disposal ground. Then we'll go over and hit Tenpines Bluff. It's a beautiful little path that you can follow to get not one but 2 of your quests finished. Well, the one at Tenpines is actually a much longer quest. So, best way to do this is face directly east. Jump into the water. Dive down. First you'll see a little crate full of items. Grab what you can from it. Keep heading east. And you'll see a sunken rowboat. The steamer trunk, novice lock. You don't like swimming or don't want to go to the bottom of the water, or you want to save that perk for something else, no biggie. You don't even need the perk. You can just dive straight down for it. You shouldn't really drown if you don't have Aquaboy, but it's up to you. Grab everything. Ammo, pre-war, a few other stuff. And then if you're lazy like me, just fast travel straight to the robotics disposal ground now. Now that we're over here, we'll start heading in the same direction. We found that downed vertebrate earlier on. And now that we can collect extra meat, it might be a good opportunity for you to start attacking the local wildlife. You can see with the sneak attack, it can take only 1 or 2 shots to take them down. And now you can get not 1 but 2 pieces of meat. Cook them up, take the hide back. You can see from all the armor mods that we put on, having extra meat is a great thing. Now let's put this to fantastic use. Oh. Hopefully your raider will not be as distracted.
Picking up hostile life signs.
If you get 1 headshot off, it's brilliant. Normally he's not having anything to attack. In my case, I don't have enough. But 1 shot at close range can also do the trick. The mole rats, yeah, that's what they were fighting. Now that one there has explosives attached to it, so watch out. Then you have a little cooler over here with some chems. Always love picking that up. There's an ammo box and some junk up above if you climb the catwalk, but we are not interested in that. We want to grab whatever's in here, then go straight into the satellite station. Take your 10mm out. Things are about to get really, really spicy. Make sure you are full health before this next engagement.
Sir, do proceed carefully.
And save the game.
I find this place
Disable this. Get some fiber optics for your trouble. We want into that room. Now it requires a terminal or a key to unlock. That's okay.
And yet it does help hide the mess.
Right. Crouch. Enemies are in this next room. Use the element of surprise to grab what you can. An attack dog is now coming around here. Sometimes, if I'm feeling it, and if I had the time, I would set up wee mine.
On your tippy toes.
And that'll take out 1 of the enemies. Next one may have a shotgun, be very close quarters. If you're running low on meds, run in here, get the stims. There might be stim packs also on the enemy. The enemies, it's always their ammo, bottle caps, and meds, and then weapons and armor, the heavier, less useful things in their inventory. Now, as for this next bit, there is Akak. Now, Akak is technically one of the most difficult things you're going to deal with in the early game. It's a minigun, it's close quarters. If you can throw a grenade at her, she dies super easily. Don't be afraid to throw all the explosives down to try and kill her. This is where you waste things to just try and kill her. Now watch out, one of the raiders will try and pick up the minigun. Did we kill her? We definitely did kill her. I don't know where her bodies went. There's a wee fusion core. Grab that. Military grade circuit board. I'm not crazy. There is a military grade circuit board. There normally is. I forgot I used explosives. There it is. It's always sitting on the desk there, but when you use explosives, things can go flying. There's a minigun. And there's the remains of Akak. Now, if you do manage to kill her, she's always kind of hanging by that container there. If you kill her without explosives, or even if you do kill her with explosives, the enemy will try and pick up her weapon. Once she's dead, you'll be able to pick up the locket. You have to kill her to get it. It's very difficult. You could lure her out and try and run around and use jet and whatnot. It's just easier to kill her. She doesn't have a lot of health. She just puts out a lot of damage. Alright, this little novice door is pretty good.
Sweet.
Unlock it. That should kill a lot of the rad roaches. But, oh, a legendary one. Fantastic. Now, kill it. It'll maybe give you a little, well, a legendary enemy killed will always give you a legendary item. In my case, 10% chance to disarm a melee attacker on hit. Now, again, if you're not wearing anything else, hey, go back, get it upgraded to pocketed, and swap it over. We didn't even have the left leg pocketed, so brilliant. Means if someone hits you in a melee attack, they have a 10% chance of being disarmed. It isn't the best legendary by any stretch, but hey, I won't turn it down. Head over here, another rad roach. You could be really lucky and get 2. I've never had 2, but you could be really lucky. I've seen it happen before. Intel room key, and again, just go around here and grab lots. You don't even need to know the most valuable loot items to pick up, you know, because eventually when you are really low in your inventory space, you'll be able to go, will I pick that up or won't I? That's something you just pick up as you play the game, so just grab as much as you can. What you'll pick up very quickly is the heaviest stuff, things you maybe shouldn't pick up too much. But at this point, no need to worry. Now, back up.
Terminal's gotta be somewhere.
Get in here, and very easy to miss is this US Covert Operations Manual. You'll be more difficult when sneaking. It adds up with a few sneak things later on in the game. Check all the filing cabinets. Ooh, if you do ever find a crystal decanter, pick it up. Crystal is awesome. It's used in quite a few recipes. Now, this steamer trunk, ammo from a 10mm, nice. Pre-war money, brilliant. Novice safe, unlock that. Grab what you can out of the lockers and get every desk fan. Desk fans are brilliant, so good. And let's get out of here. I know it says requires a terminal, but it actually just requires a key. Okay, now that we're back outside, we have two things that we want to do. Oh, looks like there's more mole rats. Codsworth can easily one-hit them himself. And if you ever need more carry space, speak to Codsworth and hand him over items. He's pretty good for it. You mild mongrel, you can avoid combat. Apart from the mole rats, it sounds like they're pretty happy to chase us. Now their teeth, their hide, and their meat is pretty useful to pick up. So grab all them. Our goal is going east. We want to make it to Tenpines Bluff. Now the route I'm taking you takes you between the junkyard and that other route that you've seen there. There can be some nasty encounters on both sides. Very dangerous enemies. So hold fast to this route, and Tenpines is just up this way. Use your little dial at the bottom to suss it out. They'll always send you to the same place. Now, it isn't guaranteed to be Tenpines, but you've got like an 80-90% chance if you haven't already discovered the settlement. Alternatives can be a little further away, but in this case...
What do you want? We don't need any more trouble around.
Just say, take it easy.
Take it easy. I'm with the Minutemen.
You're with the Minutemen? I didn't really think you fellas still existed. We sent word with one of them passing traders, but honestly, I never expected anything to come of it. Most people don't put much stock in the Minutemen these days.
Then just say the Minutemen are back.
Rebuilding the Minutemen from the ground.
Glad to hear it. There's a raider gang that's been giving us trouble for... We know where they're coming from.
And then just say, I'll take care.
Don't worry.
Thanks, friend.
They'll always send you to the Corvega plant. Now, the Corvega plant is located right here in the next major town that you would come across, called Lexington. And when I say this place is crawling with raiders, you're talking 20 to 30 raiders that you'll have to kill. So, prepare yourself. We won't be doing it in this episode. That'll be the third hour. But we've got plenty of things to make sure you're ready for the encounter that's coming up next. So, we're going to head back in this direction. It should be noted, sometimes there's just random encounters. Try and have a wee look and see if there's anything useful. In this case, it's Smiling Larry. Now, he is an extremely rare trader that you don't see all that often. You can actually recruit him later on in the game.
Let's trade.
Smiling Larry has what you need.
So you can see that this dude is full of weapons and some junk and some ammo. Now, we're obviously very low level, so he doesn't have all that much in the way of stuff. But once you get to a certain size, you can actually recruit him to one of your settlements, and it's pretty awesome what you can get. The signs up to Tenpines has some supplies that you can get. I forgot to mention. So that one is some Radaway, and eventually when you get to this one, there's some stim packs. They encourage you to go up in that direction. Now, Smiling Larry just came down the railway tracks from a little place called Bedford Station. Now, this is very similar to the Gorski cabin, except I recommend that you deal with the ghouls here because some of the items that you can find is well worth it. There's no loading screens or anything. Now, just be sneaky about it. Take them out one at a time as best you can. Now, eventually, you do summon a wee bit of a horde. And if you're very quick at it, you see that wee explosive barrel? Sometimes it's hard to get an angle on it. It's just there. Yeah. if you get it, it's sitting right there. Oh, there's one even closer to me. Hey, we've got a procession. So, quick save, just in case one of them gets a little too cozy. Ideally, they all go on your companion. Perfect. Now, crouching will give you a good indication if there's any more coming. If you're hidden, or if it's green, there's no more coming. And if it's not green, there's another girl coming. There's a few more down the train yard. Grab the bags of cement. It'll be really useful putting them into your settlement later on. More first aid. Inside here, you got a little steamer trunk. It's kind of hiding up here. Ammo. Sometimes if you are in a rush or you just don't have the carry capacity, take everything up till the moment it starts mentioning a weapon, so a pistol or rifle, and then just be like, nope, don't need it. Now, some people say take everything. I'm one of those people. But at the same time, if you are running low, I've been learning that from the survival runs I've been doing. You do have to prioritize from time to time. So, let me show you a little secret stash. Right over here. This ghoul's gonna get up, so let's kill him before he gets a chance. That'll summon this ghoul over here. Another one as well has woken up. At 10 mil, we will need a lot more of it for later on. I like to hover around 100. If I get to about 100 bullets, I then swap over to another weapon. This dead drop hiding in here. It's a railroad dead drop. You'll meet them later on in the game. They can give you some pretty useful stuff. I do not recommend lifting a Raider chest piece, whatever you do. Weighs 7, worth 18. Horrible. Horrible. If you have the carry capacity, do it, but it's still pretty horrible. There's also an NPC that's kind of propped up over here. Has some ammo and weapons for you. Another explosive barrel. If you can lure them some this way, taking that out will take a few of them out of the picture. Next up is a little old place called Starlight Drive-In. Another settlement, but it's got some cool stuff that we can make use of. The actual use of a settlement is not vital at the moment, but unlocking it is pretty useful. Even by discovering places, you will be picking up XP. Now, the problem with this one is mole rats. Stay away from the radioactive barrels in the middle. I'll show you how to get rid of the radiation, because that can be a problem for the settlement. Now, normally there's only one dangerous one, but Codsworth one hit it, so you can see by having that companion with you, it makes a massive difference. Under here is a little chem cooler. 4 mentats for us. Novice door. Unlock this. Now, in order to get into the workshop, there's a shed back there. But you don't need to worry too much about that, because the key's actually up on the roof here. Convenient code of quantum, ammo, and... oh, little rad roach and a mole rat. Well, they distracted one another, and I can pick up a wee fusion core as well. 2 meat from each of them. A brack. So again, you can just throw this all into the settlement the moment you unlock it, because eventually you will connect them via settlement supply lines. Now, you won't get it to slightly later in the game, because you will have to invest 2 points into charisma to get the level 6, and then you'll need to start or get 1 point into local leader. So we'll actually put 1 into charisma, because eventually I do want to show you what setting up supply lines looks like. Not a lot of people bother about the settlements all the time. For some people, it's the whole reason they play the game, and for others, they couldn't really care less. If you're a survival player, lots of empty milk bottles. You can use that for dirty or purified water. There's a mine up here. Not in the second level, though. Just the first. Yeah. I'll show you how to connect them. I connect them... I'm not a big settlement builder at all, but I do connect them up so that I can put junk into one settlement and use the crafting benches in other ones to make and modify my weapons on my journey. So now that we have cleared it out, crouching down, hidden comes up, no enemies in the area. But we'll know we'll be certain once we do this. There we go. It's unlocked. Now, in order to remove the radiation, all you need to do is scrap that barrel, this one, and this one. Back up. If you go back in, see, no more rads. Don't need to worry anymore. it can be a pain to leave them barrels there. I recommend you remove them as soon as you can. And then in terms of scrapping, you can remove all of these. Now, the one thing I somehow didn't run over was the bottle cap mine. There's normally a bottle cap mine by this skeleton, although for some reason it isn't there. Then there's this bottle cap mine. This will kill you. Run up and defuse it. Now, when you open this door, it'll trigger a bomb. Back up. Don't die to it. Get the Nuka-Cola cherry. And then there's other things you can find. We look out up here, another 10mm pistol. Some more things sitting about. Again, load everything into the workshop if carry weight's becoming a bit of a nuisance to you. So we'll do another, a little zigzag back towards the quarry. Now, the main purpose for the route that I'm taking you, it's a lot of easy engagements, relatively easy. New players can avoid some of the larger group of enemies if you're not feeling confident enough. I always recommend you save, run in, see how much damage you can do. You know, be sure to use VATs and whatnot to your advantage. Use explosives.
We need to find what it relayed back to its masters.
Now, one well-placed grenade and a couple of shots, and you can take down a group of enemies. That was just a wee random encounter where they'll eventually kill him, and you can go over and loot the body. But if you go over and annoy them, you can try and save him. There's a few ways that can go down. Now, because you've got the Aqua Boy, or the Aqua Girl perk, you can do this little easy mission for our good friend Sully. Sully isn't exactly who he appears to be, but you'll find that later on when you return. There's a little chem box you can unlock, as well as a tool case you can also unlock. Let me show you what's inside this one right here.
That's it.
I always recommend test your luck out for lock picking. Now, speak to Sully here.
Unless you're gonna pitch in here, keep a distance.
Excuse me.
Looking to earn some caps? I could use a hand here.
Ask for money.
Probably help.
Just had to push, didn't
Now,
you?
you
50
can
caps.
feel that.
Take it or leave it.
Sure.
He'll still give you 50 caps, but you can persuade him up to like 150, which is pretty good.
The leaks will be on.
Now, you need to repair some leaks. One's there,
How the quarry
one's there, and one's over there. So, jump down. I don't even have to go that deep. You're just finding these valves, and you can see where the bubbles are coming from. Again, no need to swim to the bottom. There's not really anything till later on in the game. Turn another valve off. And the last one is over here. It will trigger a bit of an enemy encounter, so make sure you're ready. I'll show you a wee sneaky place you can jump to kind of avoid a lot of the firefight. So all you have to do is flick the switch.
That's done. Just listen to her go.
And then jump up on top. Trust me.
Wait a second. Did you hear that?
2 Mirelurks will appear. Now, Mirelurks try and aim for their face, where they're exposed.
Let's do this.
Use a companion, soak up some ammo. You can even hip fire, whatever's easier for you. Between you and Sully and Codsworth, you should be able to kill them. Get the meat, and then speak to him.
Mirelurks. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that stirred him up.
You want this for the XP more so than the caps.
On this thing. Shouldn't be too hard now, though. Thanks for pitching in. Here's a little something before you clear out.
I will say, when you return here, it will be a massive raider settlement with a leader called Sully Mattis, and you'll have to deal with him. Yeah, he wasn't what he seemed. If you kill him and still complete it, the raider camp will spawn, but just with a different leader. And Sully will be hostile. All the raiders will be hostile to you. So really all you did was help them set up a new place. They have some Mirelurks at the bottom, and it's a fairly difficult dungeon to deal with. Go over here, get the first aid. And then we'll want to venture over to this campsite. 9 times out of 10,
should take care of you. I'm glad
this should have a pretty decent encounter.
You have no
Dead
idea
bodies
what
or something
this
you can
is.
loot. Doc Anderson
thank you enough.
is a random
care.
doctor you'll
Doc
find around
Anderson is
here,
the
and
only
she'll be able to
doctor
cure you of radiation,
them are all quiet.
radiation poisoning, or just of your low health. So all the red in my HP bar she can cure for probably about 40 caps. The dead settlers over here have about 100 caps between them. Then you can get some stuff in the cooler and more first aid. Now we're at the back of the Museum of Freedom that we were at earlier, and you're going to find a little shopping trolley over here. You can see the shopping trolley is full of goods. I normally just pick it up, rotate it and drop everything, or you can kick it. Either or, it'll get you some pretty good stuff and a Nuka-Cola cherry as well for the taking, although it seems to have somehow glitched under the ground, but we still got it. Now, heading a little further south and up the hill, southeast, head to the top of this mound, find yourself an open safe with not one but 2 ammo boxes. Remember I told you to pick up Scrounger, you'll get quite a bit of ammo. And if you're running low, it's a brilliant find. There's also some rad stags. If you're a little sneakier, you can kill them. Getting a few good shots off. I at least got one of them. Alright, so the next stop. Oh, there's a wee blood bug just sitting. Make sure to take care of it. The Corvega assembly plant is right there. It's in the middle of Lexington. We are heading in that direction. General direction. But we're passing by Starlight Drive-In. And my goal is 2 other little locations before we assault the main town. Now again, this isn't actually progressing the main storyline that much. Like, we're not going to Diamond City or anything in the first 3 hours, but it should be. My whole focus for this series is showing you that if you stay in this area, you can get a ton of easy enemies, a ton of easy quests, and a ton of levels. We're already 7.5. We've just discovered a couple of locations. We do need to report our success to Blake, so we'll do that in a quick second here, and that should probably get us up to level 8. So we get the liberty of putting another point into perhaps Gunslinger. That'll make our 111 bullets that we have even more deadly.
Got it.
Razor grain, a wee wooden crate, another wee mattress to sleep on if you're doing a survival run. In the back, it appears that there's a wee mongrel. I sometimes just take the hit, let them. Ooh, Yaogwai. Now, that's a stunted one. There's a little stash right behind him, but I won't be able to show you because obviously he's standing right there, which is not good. So we'll just wander down to here, grab the jet. Now, if you have some spare time, head down to the rotten landfill there. There'll be 2 settlers fighting some mole rats, some easy XP. You can be at it for a couple of minutes and then go in through that hole and there's a little treasure chest. It is something you can certainly look at. While I am here, I am going to show you some power armor that a lot of people forget about. So we'll leave them settlers to their fate. See that vertibird? Or at least the top of a vertibird? Inside, right beside it, is a suit of power armor. So if you have a fusion core, the one we picked up at Starlight, you can put it in here and walk yourself out another suit of power armor. You can give this to a companion again. You can just add it to your collection.
Thomas, you'll be unstoppable in that.
Nothing like wandering about in some power armor. It's a love or hate it kind of thing. For me, the UI and the sort of bounciness isn't my favourite thing in the world. 76 actually fixes that. But we'll fast travel over to Abernathy Farm, turn this quest in. Now, once you do, it's your settlement now. Because he won't buy any more melons from you. So that stream of income will disappear. But you do get the entire farm as a settlement, so you know, it's a pretty good win.
I knew you would help us.
Let's speak to Blake.
Good luck finding that locket.
By the way, if you already, you can find the locket
Serious?
before speaking to Blake.
That's great news.
And that'll skip everything.
Connie's gonna be
And you'll still get the
speechless.
XP
I'm
and
sure she'll go lean on her prices.
caps. So with that, there you go. Up another level, level 8. We'll stick another level in the Gunslinger. And at that point, you've got the top left corner of the map, apart from like Gorski's cabin, which is there, you've done everywhere else, or at least discovered it. So that's really, really good progress. Honestly, if you've done first 2 hours like this, you're in a great position. You have lots of ammo, lots of junk, you're upgrading your armor, you're starting to understand a lot of the nuances to the game. I will recommend, I haven't mentioned this, stick on Diamond City Radio or Classical. Honestly, they're really good listens, and it does give you some information regarding certain events in the game. It's not everyone's cup of tea. I rarely play with the radio, but a lot of people do, so stick it on. Some of the songs are bangers, and I really recommend it. Now, in the next episode, we will be assaulting the Corvega assembly plant, taking it down and showing you how you can meet up with the Brotherhood of Steel, and starting one of your first faction quests outside of the Minutemen. By doing that, first step will be complete. That's another massive injection of XP, and I'll show you some more stuff. Eventually progressing us down to Diamond City and further on into the game. Don't know how long or how many episodes this series might consist of. Might even do it till the game's completed, but that is a solid second hour that I would recommend. And yeah, thank you for watching.